Hey loves, welcome back. So today I had more than 10 minutes to do my makeup, which in my life is quite rare. I had like 45 minutes, a proper treat. So I sat down, played with some old and some new makeup. So if you want to see how I did this look that's got a bit of shine, a bit of shimmer, a bit of glitter, then keep watching and don't forget to subscribe before you leave and give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful. Anyway, let's crack on. If you want to see this look, then keep watching. Right, first of all, let's cover up the grey hairs. I'm using the L'Oreal Magic Retouch Instant Root Concealer Spray. Really like it. Use the shade brown, just sprayed that on, covered the greys. Then went in with my Tarte primer. This is my fave primer. This is the Timeless Smoothing Primer. I'm using it kind of the fine lines of my forehead, the enlarged pores on my cheeks. I don't use it all over, just certain areas, and I press and sort of pat that in. For foundation, I am going to use two and I'm going to mix them. I'm using the Huda Beauty foundation in the shade Cashew and the It Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC cream in light, I believe. I've just mixed them on the back of my hand and then I'm using a damp beauty blender to apply this all over. You can see the extreme coverage. I know I'm looking a bit like Casper the Ghost, but it does kind of come together. So I'm just pressing this all over my face. Actually, looking at this back, it looks totally ridiculous, but it doesn't look too bad when it's done, I promise. So press and pack that all over. Then I'm going in with concealer. This is the Tarte Shape Tape Classic Concealer. I'm putting it under my eyes and down the centre of my face. And again, using that damp beauty blender, kind of just to press that in, bounce, 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 and blend that out. Again, this is looking slightly crazy, but just trust me. So let's just stay with it. It kind of works, I promise. So I'm just taking my time and blending that in. Yeah, it does look ridiculous. It's fine. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Just trust me. And then I'm taking any excess kind of, well, all over, basically. It looks like it. I don't know what I was doing today. I'm going to set that. I've used the Younique Touch Behold setting powder, translucent setting powder. If I don't set my concealer, no matter how good the concealer is, because of my age, it creases. So I have to set that. And this powder is super lightweight and doesn't add any kind of heaviness or cakiness. So I love it. Really love it. Then we're going to go in with contour. Please excuse the absolute disgustingness of this palette. It's really old. It's the Kat Von D Shade and Light contour palette and I'm applying it underneath my cheekbones with a Primark brush. I think this is supposed to be like a dupe for the NARS Eater, I don't know how you say it, brush. It's okay. I think it was like £3, so for £3 it's a winner. It could do with being a little bit firmer, but it, you know, for the price point, it does a job. So I'm putting it underneath my cheekbones, around my forehead, either side of my nose, and then along my jawline as a contour. And then I'm going to bronze, because more is more. This is the Benefit Hoola bronzer, classic bronzer, and like a light duo fibre brush. I think this is a Bare Minerals brush. And I'm kind of buffing that into the perimeters of my face. Again, underneath the cheekbones, forehead, down the side of the nose. Jawline, same as the contour. Then blush. This is an oldie but a goodie. This is the Milani powder blush in the shade Tea Rose. I've had this for ages and I'd totally forgotten about it and I really like it. So I'm just applying that with a Sephora blush brush to the apples of my cheeks and kind of blending it up and out. And then one of my favourite things in the whole entire world, highlight. I always apply too much highlight, but frankly, I don't care. I love it. I want to be seen from outer space when it comes to highlight. This is the Roreal, I'm just going to grab it. I don't remember what it's called. It's the Roreal Instaglam Compact Deluxe Highlighting Powder in the shade 02. And it says it's a light reflecting definition highlighter. It's really pretty. It's kind of like a creamy gold colour. And then because I had time and this is like a glam look, I used the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in the shade Dim Light. This powder is just heavenly. It gives your skin a real kind of candlelit soft focus finish. One of my favourite products in the whole entire world. So I've just kind of popped that all over, kind of more or less the centre of my face. Then we're going to do brows with the longest named brow pencil in the world. This is the Fenty Beauty Brow MVP Ultra Fine Brow Pencil and Styler. I'm not sure of the shade I use. Oh no, I lied. I use a light brown. And I'm just filling in my brow. To be honest, I'm not really skilled when it comes to eyebrows. I kind of follow the natural shape of my brow. Fill in as much as possible. And then I use the kind of little brush that comes with it, which is like a tiny little toothbrush. to comb them through. And then, because more is more when it comes to eyebrows, I'm using the Benefit Gimme Brow Plus Brow Volumizing Fiber Gel in the shade 1. This kind of fills in your brows with a tiny bit of colour, but the fibres almost cling to your hair, so it gives them a more full look. I really like it, so I'm just popping that on both brows. Right, let's move on to eyes. This is the Shadow Insurance 24 Hour Plus Anti-Crease Eyeshadow Primer by Too Faced. I don't know if it lasts 24 hours, but it's pretty darn good. This is just a little sample I had, so I'm just popping some of that all over my eyelids. Then I'm going to go in with my Too Faced palette. This is the gingerbread Christmas cookie one. I can't remember the name. And I'm starting with the matte cream shade called Cream Filling, blending brush, popping that all over my eyelid to create a really nice base and to kind of set that primer. Then I'm using a blending brush and the shade What a Batch. It's like a nice, soft, light brown shade, and fluffing that in the crease and outer corner as a transition shade. Just taking my time to build that up. Both eyes, I've got hooded eyes, mainly because my eyes are hooded and because I'm not 21. So I always take my eyeshadow shades up onto my brow bone slightly to kind of cheat that crease. So I'm keeping with the same shade, but I've switched brushes to a fluffy crease brush, which is slightly more compact, and I'm putting it in the same places, but I'm putting a little bit in the inner corner. So outer corner, inner corner, crease, lower lash line. We're starting to build up kind of like a halo eye, mum version, doing the same both eye. Using the same brush and the shades Sled No One Ever. This is like a taupey shade, matte colour again, and I'm putting this in the exact same place. So I'm keeping the centre of my lid clear and building up the colour inner and outer corner crease and underneath the lower lash line. Just taking my time to apply that and blend it so that everything's really nice and soft and blended. Then I went in with the shade Ginger Bells. It's like a matte orangey shade, orangey brown shade, to add a little bit of warmth. Putting it in the exact same places. Kind of a bit boring, right? Just building up the colour, taking my time, blend, 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 over and over. Then I grabbed my blending brush and just went over the edge, just to make sure that everything's really nice and soft and blended and blown out and that nothing's too harsh. Then I went in with a crease brush and the shade Oh Snap. It's a nice rich kind of chocolatey brown shade. And again, guess what? I'm putting it in the exact same place, but the smaller brush obviously means that the colour placement isn't as kind of wide, but it's a little bit more intense. So inner corner, outer corner, crease, keeping the middle of my lid clear and clean, trying to, and then underneath the lower lash line as well. You can totally tell I had no idea what I was doing, no plan whatsoever, just applying colour and hoping for the best. I've gone back in with the blending brush again just to make sure that everything's nice and soft and blended. I've grabbed my crease brush again and I'm using two shades, Nooks and Cranberries, which is like a kind of nice rich maroon colour, and Secret Santa, which is a dark chocolatey brown, and I'm applying it in the exact same place, really building up those inner and outer corners to get some nice definition, and then back in with the good old blending brush again, and just to make sure once again everything's soft and sort of blown out and blended together. Then I'm taking this Pokemon brush because I'm secretly 12 and using the shade Cream Filling just to highlight underneath my brow bone. I think my husband got me these brushes from Wish. They're all right. They're slightly ridiculous, but they kind of work. Then I've got the Fenty Beauty Galaxy Eyeshadow Palette. I picked this up a couple of days ago and it's full of just shimmery, glittery metallics and it's stunning. I just want to make sure that the centre of my lid is really nice and bright and clean and fresh. So I've gone in with my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, popped a little bit of that in the centre of my lid and blended it out with my finger and the brush. And I'm using my finger and the shade Ultraviolet, which is this incredible kind of rich purpley metallic shade full of glitter, and I'm just pressing that with my fingertip over the top of the concealer in the centre of my lid and building that up. It's so pretty, so pretty. And then I kind of regretted the decision, even though the colour was pretty, and I just felt like I wanted it to be brighter and lighter, so I've gone in with this frosty, almost white, icy colour called Ozone and applied that over the top just to brighten it up a little bit which is what I preferred. And then I'm just taking a brush just to blend the edge, and I'm going to repeat the exact same thing on the other eye. So concealer first, blend that out with my finger. The reason I'm doing it one eye at a time is that I'm trying to put the eyeshadow on whilst the concealer is kind of still a tiny little bit damp, so that it grips hold of that glittery metallic shade, and it's kind of acting as like a glitter glue almost. So I've repeated the same, blended out the edge, and then I dampened down just a small eyeshadow brush, and I've gone in with the shade Sublime. It's kind of green. In the palette it looks super green, but it has this kind of duochrome amazing effect, and I'm popping that right in the center of my lid just for extra sparkle. Then I'm going in with the liquid eyeliner. This one's by NYX. It's just the Epic Ink liner in black. It's a waterproof kind of pen liquid liner. I really like it. Great price point. Applies really, really beautifully. It just takes a little while to dry. So I applied this and then I had to sit and let it kind of dry for a bit. So I decided to do my lips before mascara. I'm using 2 lip products. So I'm starting with a lip liner by Nude by Nature. This is the defining lip pencil in the shade 03 Rose. I really, really like these lip pencils. They go on really, really well. So I'm just lining my lips, and I'm very slightly overlining, not too much, just a tiny, tiny little bit. And then I'm kind of shading in the inner corners of my lips as well, just to give them a little kind of fullness almost. And then I'm going in with the Nude by Nature Moisture Shine lipstick in the shade 03 Dusty Rose. It matches the lip pencil. I didn't even know that. This is a real kind of moisturizing, rich lipstick. It is so pretty and it's so comfortable, and I love the soft sheen that it has as well. Then I'm curling my eyelashes with just a classic MAC eyelash curler. For mascara, I've got a mini sample of the Go Big or Go Home Volumizing Mascara in Trooper Black by Kat Von D. I got this in Sephora. I went to France recently, and you know I had to go to Sephora, and I picked this up. I'm not 100% sold on this yet. It's a really good mascara, but it's not immediately my favourite. It might be one that I need to use a few more times, but it did a really good job. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Yeah, and then I am setting my face so that my makeup lasts with the classic Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray, and we're done. So here's the finished look. I hope you like it. I had absolutely no plan of what I was going to do when I sat down. That's one of the things that I really, really love about makeup. When you can just sit down and spend a little bit of time and play and just see what happens. And I'm actually really pleased with how it turned out. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Have you got any of these products? What's your kind of go-to glam look? Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any upcoming videos. Give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care.